privilege to have a visionary leader on Fresh FM, Blast FM, Nigeria as a leader. It's no other person. On Dr. Yinka Joel-Ifele's behalf, I welcome you to Straight Talk with Olufunke on 98.3 FM. I carried some things from Shimatas in Ibadan, and I discovered that a can of snake was opened. You know, somebody trying to, I said a can of worm. Somebody says a can of worm, but I say a can of snake. You know, when you look at a case note that is heavily complicated and complex, when it has to do with relationship, with marriage and all of that, and you're wondering, why would someone just headlong make wrong decisions, do wrong things, act in a wrong way, you know, just doing things, and you're wondering, is this person drunk? Is this person normal? Is this person under a spell? I don't know. I mean, with all the stories they just told me now about a particular lady, it is obvious that something is wrong. Please and please and please, if you are not married, I'm begging you, I can prostrate, I can kneel down for you. Don't go into marriage without premarital counseling. Let anybody, please, save to do premarital counseling. I know what I'm talking about. A life partner is a life one. Your choice of raising children, your choice of becoming healthy, your choice of becoming wealthy, for your choice of becoming happy, for you now to have children and they will take care of you, it is your relationship. How would you want to hand over the driver's seat of your life? You want to give your head and your life as a man to a woman that will not nurture your life and give you the best of your dreams? It is suicidal. I'm talking to the younger ones. Straight talk with Olufunke. It is suicidal for you to look at one life you have to live and throw it under the bridge, not caring. You don't have two lives to live, you have one. Try. I wish I could pour everything I know and pour it to some people's head as I'm talking. The only gift I will give you is whatever it will cost you to do premarital counseling. Even if you had made a mistake, you had a child, you want to remarry, hear me, oh. Most second, third marriages hardly works. The devil you did not conquer in the old one, you can't conquer it in the new one, no. I don't know why people choose to suffer. I agree, some of you made such decisions, such choices without knowing. And even not knowing, ignorance is not an excuse. You don't believe in law of gravity and you jump from a 25-story building. Are you the one that will tell us there's a law of gravity? Ignorance is not even an excuse when it comes to anything that has to do with choice or decisions. So don't tell me, hey, I don't know. Yes, you don't know. But does it stop the consequences of your ignorance? No. Straight talk with Olufunke. I'm just straight. I don't want to start, you know, try to cover up truth and be messing up your mind. No. Enough. Because you are bringing children to the world in the name of ignorance. You are living your life at the edge of a cliff. Want to fall down. Manage. For what? Please, it's better not to be married than to marry wrongly. I'm telling the younger ones now. I'm saying it. Whoa, parents, don't push your children and say, go and bring husband, go and bring wife, go and bring... Shh, excuse you. Leave them. The best wedding gift. I don't know why people just take knowledge for granted. The best gift you can give to your children is to tell them, me and your mother, We didn't do it well. We messed up. We have messed you up even. Let me give you money to go and do premarital counseling to change the narrative of our family system. My name is Olufunke Adetuberu. It's straight talk, and I'm not playing with words. Because listen to me. You can't know better if you don't live better. There are things that happens to a man, and I've seen men shed hot tears because of their choices of marriage. I've seen women being suicidal, trying to lose their minds. I've seen a lot of women using antidepressants. I'm telling you the truth. This is what I live for. This is what I do every day. This is what I preach. You know what it means when you wear your makeup. You put the foundation. You know how many things I put that makes my face to look like this. If you are watching me on Instagram, please follow me on Instagram as you are listening to me now. My handle is Funke Adetuberu. Very soon I'll be tweeting. You'll be getting every part of me on every social media platform. But hear me and hear me good. Enough. If you love your life, you are dating now, and you notice some things, and you say, okay, I'm gonna change. He will change. You know, I work on him. You are dreaming. You are reading Mills and Doom. And this is a boom. You are reading those movies you watch. They are actors. Oh. You know, I said something one day. I said, if those people that are acting movies, they are living the scripts, you won't have them separating all over the place. Anybody can wear a mask. Anybody can act. Actors and actresses. When jungle mature, who no go no. Wedlock is padlock. The key is thrown to Atlantic Ocean. It is until death do us part, though. That's the truth. You now bring children to this world that stayed in heaven on their own, and you brought them to the world to shame them, to give them pain. Dynamic parenting webinar, we are resuming on the 25th of March. We changed the date because of election. Please don't miss it for anything. If you are a parent, hey, Adetuberu, let's think about it. Let me relax a little bit, and let's use common sense that is not common. What is the gain of a man? What is the gain of a woman? Are they not your children? All this work, go to school, raise them, take cooperative money of some terrible loans. I want you to be this, I want you to be that. What is the essence? Is it not for you to eat the fruit of your labor when you are old? That is the essence. That is the reason why we labor over our children. After labor. Hey, you will now look at your life and say, vanity upon vanity, like Ecclesiastes said. Solomon said, vanity upon vanity. Everything is vexation of the spirit. All is vanity. Because he looked at it and said, for a man to even walk and eat the fruit of his labor is the gift of God. And listen to me, you can't harvest where you have not sown. Life is too short to think it's free. Nothing is free. I'm preaching, I'm talking now for 1 hour. Is it free? You buy credit, you buy airtime. No, talk is not cheap. Nothing is free. Salvation is free, but somebody paid the price. Listen to me. There's no price that is too high to pay and to pay to get to the root of your problem and solve it once and for all. You know, somebody was going to do a therapy, and I said, this is the amount, and he was reacting. I just smiled. I said, react very well. By the time you are facing the consequences of the problem that is in your marriage, money will be useless. Money will be useless. There's no price. You know how much I've invested in this? There was a time I went for a course. It was $5,000 for 2 weeks. I told my children, if I die today, don't look for anything. Get to my library, you will survive any storm. I've been speaking here for the past, we started straight up for a very long time. How many times do you see me looking at the notes and trying to figure out what I will say? No. I stop myself. I leave myself in what I'm doing. So it cost me something. don't be casual. Don't be careless with your life, especially emotional life. Let me say something here. Hear me. I've had a lot of religious people that used to deceive themselves, not me, because I know better. At least I've done this job for 39 years. I'll be 60 this year, so it's not. And I started at 21. So the how do I put it now? There's a way they put it. I want to interpret it in English. The corpse that is in the cemetery for 10 years, for 20 years, is no more a stranger. In this terrain, I'm not a stranger. And people have used this. God said, the Spirit of God told me, I am convinced, I have revelation, I have vision that is my wife, is my husband. Please go and sit down. The dimension of spiritual life, spirituality is there. Marriage is not for, it's not it's not spirit. Your conviction is super. But your soul, you relate with your spouse with your soul. That's why I say soulmates. Spirits don't give birth to children. It is soulish body gives birth to children. I've had a lot of people tell me stories. For the fact that your man, let me take you to the scriptures. You know I'm a pastor and I'm not going to deny that. And I love other families. We are one big family. Isaac and Rebecca, were they not convinced? The marriage, which marriage is so supernatural than that of Isaac and Rebecca? Let me give you the story. When Abraham was going to give his son out to look for a wife for his son, he said, every lady is here, they are not marriage material. Go to a far place and get a wife for my son. And when the man was going, he didn't just go casually, straight talk. He was praying, the God of my father, the God of my father, the God of my father, please do something. Almost fasting and praying. Shall say we did not fast. The father Abraham told his treasured servant, put your hand in my thigh, covenant, oath, that you are not going to pick any one woman anyhow. What a way to choose a wife. Wow. It's tripping me the way I'm saying it. Guess what? When the man was going in Genesis 24, he got to the water side and he saw a lady, dynamic, intelligent, beautiful, smart, virgin. Oh God, what a good one to marry. That's the pride of any woman in Genesis 24. Follow me, I'm taking you somewhere. And the man said, can I have a drink? Oh God, that's for another day. And the girl said, sir, I will feed you and feed your camels. Solid. Kaya. I feel like jumping. I mean, what conviction again? The man didn't say thank you. The servant of Abraham did not say thank you. First camel, second camel, third camel, fourth camel, fifth camel, sixth camel, seventh camel, eighth camel, ninth camel, 10th camel, 11th camel, 13. The girl did not say, and I'm walking. You didn't say thank you. You didn't appreciate me. The man was just saying, hey, is this how God answers prayers? As soon as the woman, the girl, Rebecca fed the 13th camel, he said, whose daughter are you? I need to, this is the wife that I've been looking for. God has answered me. And of course, it clicked with her also. He said, whose daughter are you? Oh, I'm a daughter of this. Wow, let's go home. Now, the question is, hey, can I handle this in this one? How many hours I have? I don't even have too much time in game, God. Immediately, the servant of Abraham said, he said, I'm going to go to marry now. Some of you don't even know that there's a problem. You know, when I discuss therapy, I discuss counseling, I tell people you need help, you don't understand. Do you know that Isaac came from a dysfunctional home? Somebody say, Isaac long, that the father prayed to get a wife, that the mother prayed for. That's called laughter. He has a problem. Oh. That problem was polygamy. Polygamy. You can come from a monogamous home and be very dysfunctional. If you are from a polygamous home, you are supernaturally dysfunctional. I said supernaturally. Okay, naturally. Don't let me spiritualize everything. You are naturally dysfunctional. Take it to the bank. That one, you don't need a prophet to tell you that you are not okay. Because a polygamous home is the Fuji house of commotion. You have PDP 1, PDP 2, and 3 and 4 in that same family. That's one. Monogamous, you can be dysfunctional because every child is different. I have 3 children. They are not the same. They're from the same womb, but not the same personality. They are different. So you need to understand what I'm saying here. Now, for Rebecca, I've told you Isaac was dysfunctional. For Rebecca, very, very dysfunctional. How can you meet a man now, and he asks you, who are your parents? Do you want to marry now? Say, I'm going to marry now. If the house was good, she kept her virginity. She went to school. Probably she's a PhD holder or a doctor or whatever. Because she was filling her soul. Putting information, education into her soul to medicate a pain that is in her womb, that is in her soul. I will read. But this my uncle that is taking care of us. Daddy does not do anything. He doesn't say anything. He doesn't act anything. He's uncle. Go and meet my brother. Go and meet my brother. Some of you are hearing me. You are like that. It's your father's brother that is leading your life and living your life and making your life miserable. That was the story of Rebecca. So she said, I'm tired. Let me just go and marry now. Some of you rushed into marriage because of dysfunctional home. You just want to leave that house. And today you are regretting it. I don't know why people don't see what I'm seeing. I don't know if I'm the only one saying all of this thing, because sometimes I just look at myself and say, are you okay? I'm okay because I see it every day. I saw it in my life. I came from a dysfunctional home. Mercy found me with my children, so I know what I'm saying. Hear my heart is straight talk. Don't let anybody deceive your life, please. And Rebecca, will of God. 2 of them, will of God. They got married. You know, in that family, they had 2 parties. One preferred Jacob, another one preferred Isaac. That is Bible. If I break it down, practically, things that happens in homes that makes those children like, okay. It is when they are married that you will know that they are a time bomb that has exploded. I've seen guys that will tell me, I don't get angry, everybody loves me, I'm a nice guy. They now marry. They just discovered that they gave their wife a dirty slap. And the mother will say, no, not my son. This my sweet son. Forget it. He was keeping something inside that nobody knows because of life, what life has thrown at the person. Hear me and hear me good. Please don't get into relationship without getting be intentional about a professional to help you. And it's not everybody that can do it though, because when they are doing marriage counseling, please, church pastors, hear me. Let's be professional. Let's respect offices. And I'm saying it and I mean it. I have friends in America, when their members are having issues, they pay me for therapy. I say, woman of God, this is your area. We know we can't handle this. It's just common sense. That's why people that are in this kind of job, they want to go and do church and have congregation, and that's not their calling. They're to complement the church and help. What's the terrain you don't know? Send the person out and clean your hands and support. Because it's not fair for us to be taking lives, using people's lives to gamble. That's what people do in church. Don't tell me I'm a pastor, I'm a counselor. No. Counseling is a profession. It's another office to complement the body. And we are not competing. I can't compete. I'm so secured. Those who compete, they are not complete. We can't be doing that to innocent lives that God has given to us to nurture. Because I've seen a lot. Some will even say, I see a vision, is your husband. Who does that? Please. Why would you see a vision that somebody is somebody's husband in 21st century? If you dare do that to any human being, I rest my case. Let me take some calls. You know, I didn't do anger. I didn't do what I planned I was going to do. It's not me that does my program. It's not me. Oh. That one. Now, Holy Ghost. If you know Holy Ghost, we call it Holy Spirit, we call it inspiration. Anything you want to call it, that is what it is. Blast FM 98.3 is Straight Talk with Olufunke. 0818 222 1983. 081 222 1983. Or please don't contribute, just ask questions, because if I continue like this, 3 hours is not enough. But let me just take questions. 081 11 83 1983. Blast FM 98.3. 081 8222 1983. 081 11 83 1983. Blast FM. Please. Okay, we have the first caller. Hello. Hello, good afternoon. Where are you calling from? Yeah, good afternoon. Where are you calling from? Remain anonymous. That's fine. Go ahead with your question.
Yes, my question is, what about the lady that, I'm a single mother?
You are raised by a single mother, right? Yes.
By a single mother. But that mother just thinks that the lady knows that in her life.
I'm happy you are anonymous. Can you explain in which area is the mother's attitude and act of living is destroying her life? Please be practical. Yes.
Okay. For instance, number one, the mother can be as a violently. She gets angry so easily, and when she's angry, she can use anything.
Now let me say this to you, my sister. I can't blame your mom. Do you have enough airtime so that I can help you to break it down? Number one, you can't blame her. She's frustrated. Now, I'm not saying she's right. Don't get me wrong. I just want you to heal of your pain and of your trauma, and for the puzzle that what is puzzling you and bothering you. Do you understand? That's why I'm saying that every woman that is raising their children single-handedly should join me to attend dynamic parenting webinar on the 25th of March. The reason being that raising a child as a single parent alone is insanity. You don't know what it means to think, walk to raise your children without a man. That woman, she's an icon. She should be celebrated. It's a tough terrain. I can't lie to you. I get emotional when I talk about these things, because I've seen women that have to go and sleep around for their children for her to pay school fees because they don't have a husband. That's the truth. Now that woman will not open her mouth to tell you what she's going through. I'm almost getting emotional, honestly. If she opens her mouth to tell you the shame, the regret. So, and we are not wired to bottle up. Human beings are wired to let out steam and let out anger. Now, don't get me wrong. I am not saying she's right, please. Being right is not the word. She's not right. She's supposed to rush. If you're a single parent, you are carrying a body alone, get to a therapy, get to somebody that will help you, have a venting place. That is the essence of therapy or counseling. Now, I'm saying it because most people don't respect that in Africa. A white person, if somebody dies, they go to therapy. If they are divorced, they go to therapy. Here, we want everything free. Hello, there's no free lunch in free town. It can't be free. The person went to school to learn something. If I go to school and learn, you won't pay for my knowledge. Why do you go to work and collect salary? And moreover, that woman is not, she's not okay. She's mad, in all honesty. And there's nowhere she will let it out. Don't forget, as a single parent, she has fears, she has worries, she has anxiety. She's thinking of her future, the future of her children. She's not even sure of what will happen. Now, Sometimes a woman that is married wants to have sex. Where is she letting out her sex? It's anger now. She can even be sleeping around and still be feeling guilty and still lash out in anger. There's so many things that your mom is going through. So please forgive her. Now, for you, you need counseling and therapy before you are married. Or else, if you are from a dysfunctional home, polygamy, monogamy, if one night sleep and they have you, you are not okay. The moment you know that emotionally you are not touching yourself, you are feeling insecure, you don't have self-esteem, you don't have a value, you don't have a worth, quickly look for a place to vent. Get a therapy straight up. I am crusading this now because nobody is dealing with this thing, and the statistics of divorce is alarming. Now, as you are now, oh, I don't like what my daddy did to my mommy. I don't like what my daddy did to my mommy. You will still want to marry. People from me, I've seen children that say, for my mommy and daddy's married, I don't want to be married. They will still be married, you. They will still be married. But they are going to that marriage like an accident that is about to happen. And that's the fear that I have. That's my worry. And that's why I'm insisting. When you come for premarital counseling, let me tell you what I do. I ask you where you are coming from. Trace your roots. I ask the person where both of you are coming from. Before I begin to say, okay, you love each other. This is love language. This is personality. This is... Nobody does that. But people don't dig into people's past. And a lot of people's past travels with them to their future. And listen to me, what you don't forgive in your dad, you repeat it, you dub it, you Xerox it. Hook, line, and sinker. You just find out, I'm living my father's script. Who is going to help me? That is how it happens. What you don't forgive in your mom now, if you are not careful, my sister, you will repeat it like... Because the picture of a home is not given to you. Every child comes to the world blind. It is what to play to your word that your word plays back to you. So where do we go from here? There's a lot of confusion all over the place. All you have to do now is to take your life back. That's my advice. Forget your mother. She has missed her own. You don't cry over spills, make you clean the mess. It's now your life. For the first time in your life, be selfish and deal with your pain. Deal with the trauma, the anger, the affecting, the slap, the beating, the bad word, the oroburuku, bad statements. You look at yourself and tell yourself, I'm going to be healed. I'm going to be whole. I'm going to get out of this mess. I'm going into my marriage as a clean man, a clean woman. Have I answered your question? Hello? She left. Okay. 081 8222 1983. Straight Talk with Olufunke is the program. Yes, we have another. We have two callers. So which one are we picking? Hello? Hello, good afternoon. Where are you calling from? Who is on the line, please? You said? I didn't hear that. Don't cut it. Hello? We lost that. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, are you the one calling back?
Yes.
Okay, so so I'm listening. Let me hear the... Okay.
The second one is that you
Wow.
and then I've seen now further in this last like 2 times. And
Wow.
I don't know how to tell her, but I know in my episode it starts showing.
Please don't tell her. Don't tell her. Don't tell her.
Okay, and yes, and how do I do that? I think sometimes because
Now, as you know, when I talk in this profession, people think I'm being prophetic. You know, I actually said it that she will want to have sex. Yes or no?
yes,
You heard me say that.
yes,
So she's feeling guilty for masturbating. She's feeling guilty. She's letting out anger. She's feeling frustrated. She's letting out anger. Please encourage her.
she did not know that I told her she didn't.
How old are you? How old are you?
I'm 24. I'll be 24.
You are even ready. You should be ready to be getting married shortly. Do you have any relationship?
No, but because of what she's going one of the guys approached me recently. That was one of the reasons
Wow.
why I said no.
Wow.
Now.
Now listen to me. Life is essentially a personal adventure. Cut yourself from what she's going through and face your life. You should hear me now. Are you getting me? God forbid, it's not your portion. You may not be married till 40 or 45, God forbid. What you are going to do, what I teach people to do. She has led her life. Live your life. Come on. You heard me. Live your life. Deal with your pain. Deal with your trauma. Go in, get yourself into therapy, counseling, and start a life. You heard me. Or else this thing will peg you. Don't act somehow to her. No, don't act somehow to her. Wear her shoes. You know, there's something we call sympathy and empathy. It's not fair to be treating her like trash. I understand now that you have somebody counseling you. I'm sure it's going to get better because I'm giving you insight. I'm giving you understanding. I'm giving you light. Do you understand? Blaming her is not fair on her. It's not fair because whether you like it or not, the way you are speaking English, she must have sent you to school. As a single parent, she must have labored over you. Reciprocating that and giving her back with that attitude is not fair. You are not even sowing a good seed. It's a bad seed you are sowing. Wisdom is the ability to separate issues. Separate the woman that is masturbating and getting angry with you from the mother that labored and loves you and cares for you. Separate those two issues. Do you understand? Yes. And now, focus on yourself. By the time you are healed, you become a wounded healer. You help her to heal. That's the beauty of life. Do you understand what I'm saying? Sometimes when we submit, when we choose to work on ourselves, it affects everybody around us. So you can actually, because a mother sometimes will become a child at the end of the day, and we become, you know, after some time, my children, like they are my children, but they will become my mother or my father because I'll be old in their hands. I'll be a baby back in their hands. So you can still help her, but you can't help somebody that you hate. You can't help somebody that you are judging. You can't help somebody that you are reacting to something that life throws at her. Even if it was her fault to have become a single parent, you still have to show empathy. And you have to give her a kudos. You should celebrate her for giving you education, for giving you life, for giving you the privilege to even be able to speak good English out of your mouth, and education. Not looking at her and saying, "Mommy, what's wrong with you? Why do you masturbate? Why are you getting angry? Why do you lash out?" No. If you show her love, that woman will change and she will worship you for the rest of your life and see you as a friend, as a confidant, as a comforter, and as a comforter. You know how many times she has shed hot tears? Do you think a woman wants to live without a husband? Do you think a woman wants to carry the burden of her children alone? No. Sometimes life is not fair. Sometimes our choices and decisions, and we can't help it. But when it comes to empathy, go into the world of empathy for her and treat her well. And let her know that, "Mommy, I love you." Start showing her love. That thing she's steaming out to go and masturbate with. Now, I intentionally didn't talk about addiction, intentionally. Because sometimes, you know, addiction is another topic for another day. But what I'm saying in essence is that if you start showing her love and showing her affection, the sexual urge can even reduce. And now, do you know why she's masturbating? She didn't want you as her daughter to start seeing men going in and out. And she's telling her conscience that, well, at least I'm doing my sex I'm sexing myself. I'm having sex with myself. Nobody cuckoo sees me. She's actually keeping herself for you. If I interview that woman today, she will cry her eyes out, telling me that, "Tori or mommy, because of my daughter, I don't want men to be coming in and out of the house," so that she will see a good standard. Maybe she's even a deaconess or a deacon in her church, so that nobody will know. At least it's only me and my body I'm sinning against. That's the truth. Because I've handled over 50 cases that is similar to what you are telling me. So I know why she has kept herself. She's letting out her steam of sexual urge because I don't want my... So you hear their parents, some children, they'll say, when my daddy left me, when my daddy left us, my mother did not marry. And the woman said, I didn't marry because of you, because I don't want you to suffer. But so how is she handling herself? And God is the one that puts sexual urge in us. It's not the devil. True. So the solution is start dealing with your own baggages and leave her alone. When you are converted, start dealing with your own baggages, leave her alone. When you are converted, you will strengthen her. That's the truth. So for Facebook, face your book. Thank you for calling. Wow, this was good. I love this question. I love it. Hello. Hello. Hello, please turn off your radio set if you are close to the program so that we will not be. Hello, there's some. If you don't turn up, hello, are you hearing me? Okay, go ahead with your question. What's your name? I'm not hearing you properly. Can you turn off your radio set, please? We lost that. Okay. 081-8222-1983 or 081-111-1983 1183-1983. Blast FM. Straight Talk with Olufunke is the program. Hello. Yes, go ahead with it. Yes, I can hear you now. Yes. Okay, your name. You don't want to mention your name? Okay, your question, please, from Morita. Go ahead with your question. You are a quiet person, you don't speak up, but you have issues with anger. Is that what you are saying? When he's angry, you don't speak up. You need to do anger management therapy, actually. You need therapy to help you to be able to confront without getting angry. There's a way you express yourself without being aggressive or violent. But you need therapy because the root of that anger is deep. It's beyond, you know, when you are talking about somebody getting angry, anger is an expression of something you are not contented with or you are not happy about, that you are steaming it out. So we have to get to the root of what makes you angry. What is the root of your anger? What contributed to that anger nature or that particular personality that is letting you, you know, blast out? It could be low self-esteem. It could be what somebody has said. It could be one abuse as a child. It could be somebody lying against you and that thing had, you know, got you to a place of shame and embarrassment. Sometimes it could be what you are beating for without you doing it. You know, you didn't do anything and somebody just took it upon themselves and, you know, gave you some lashes in the name of what you did not do, and you couldn't express yourself that you didn't do it. Sometimes you do, some things happen and you have to lie against yourself to cover something up. Some it's because you are sexually molested that sets anger in you. So in therapy, in counseling, we get to the root of what is going on. Then from there you can be helped. But there's no reason without a reason. There's no anger. There's no anger without a reason. There's no reason for getting angry and not being able to express yourself. There must be a reason for it. So when people check into therapy, those are the questions we ask. Then we help you to trace it, face it, erase it, and start replacing it. Because if you can't trace it, you can't face it. There's a particular man that stopped having sex with his wife because he was the one that disvirgined her. And after that episode, the woman almost bled to death. And that was the end. That is trauma. Now, the woman is happy, they are okay, everything, but the man refused to touch his wife. And that is a need for therapy. So, some of you, let me explain what therapy is. Some of us don't know that as you can be physically ill and you go to the doctor, you can also be emotionally ill and go to doctor. That's how it is. That's a simple way. You have headache, you go to the hospital. Now, if you have headache, you just go to a chemist, you are given analgesic, you take it, it persists, meaning that, oh, I have a problem, I share with my friend, you thought they could help you, they are not helping you. You now go to a hospital close by, thinking, okay, maybe it's malaria, take, injection, blah, blah, blah. And it's still not going. Meaning that maybe you now talk to a pastor, that I'm just giving analysis of therapy to you, how therapy is. And I'm using physical sickness when you have physical ailments. Then you go to a hospital nearby, you are giving injection and everything and nothing works. The next where you are going to go is a teaching hospital. That's why they say they referred us to UCH. Why? When you get to UCH or a teaching hospital or in the place where we have professionals, the first thing you will see them do, they will bring out some papers. Go and do blood tests. Go and do saliva test. Go and do urine test. You are wondering, I said I'm having a headache. What is the saliva test? What they are trying to do is they want to trace the root of your problem so they can nip it on the bud. One antibiotics will clear that thing because they know what is the root. That is what we do in therapy professionally. So all this, okay, I told my pastor, and my pastor said, I told my my friend said, if you are taking it to therapy, you do it properly. Then they clack you, give you form to fill, do all the tests. They'll say, okay, this is it. This is the root of your anger. Now we can deal with anger and you'll be free. Because when you keep getting angry, it's going to destroy your home. Anger is one word short of danger. And anything you don't deal with at the embryonic stage, it will deal with you at the end of the day. Thank you for calling. 081. Oh, we have a caller. Hello. Hello. Yes, sir. Hello. Where are you calling from? What's your name? You can be anonymous if you mind. Not a problem. Are you going to be anonymous or what's your name, please? Anonymous. Okay, that's fine. It's not a bad orientation to have to like a slim girl. Everybody has their specs. Even in the world of animal, they have their specs, right? Is that correct? So yeah, it's not a bad orientation. Hello. Now let me say this, because no, let me answer that one. Something came to my mind. Now, if you say you like a slim girl and you are married, and the moment the woman gets pregnant, her hormones change, what would you do? Fat, okay. You can still do that, but sometimes pregnancy, it can be very crazy. I mean, it just came to me because I know a lot of people who just say, Slepa Shandy, she's lepashios, that's why I'm going in. And suddenly, hey, you cannot predict the hand that pregnancy will bring. I'm not lying to you. And that's why slim, tall, dark, and handsome does not keep marriage. What the last marriage is agape love. Yes, sir. The genuine love. If you say, oh, I like her straight legs, God forbid there's an accident and they have to amputate the 2 legs and she has to use artificial leg, what would you do? You know, because of that divorce. That's why wedlock is padlock. So God show us mercy. So please do your findings, get your species. There's some who now say, because I want lekpa, you now push your wife to the gym. She will now want to die. I beg. You know what I'm saying? That's why I love to be very real and practical, to avoid the story that touch. Anything can happen in between, no. Do you understand? Some may have a smooth skin, face, no pimples, fine girl. One pregnancy will just show up. There'll be mobs on the face. What do? You have to carry your cross and follow. Wow, that's wow. Thank you. The next question. Okay. Our sister-in-law. You know, I've thought, okay, thank you, I'll do that. You know, one thing I wanted to say actually was to let the woman be wise and be careful. I'm sure the man is trying to say, the way your sister is doing, getting pregnant, maybe me, I don't want to use that word, you know, addicted. She's actually an addict. She needs help. She needs therapy. Actually, it's addiction that makes you to sleep around and you have lost value and virtue as a woman and all of that. But if this auntie, if the woman in the house is smart and your husband is saying, don't even move closer to, I don't want to see your sister. The man is protecting her daughter. I don't know if they have daughters, so you know me, it's a radio program. And I'm talking to the whole world. Because the man is saying this girl has not learned her lessons. And let me say something to everyone hearing me. If you have anybody in your life, in your family that is doing something wrong, and the person persists in the wrong, somebody enabled the person. We call them an enabler in addiction. Because what you refuse to enable, they will stop it. If you say no is no, forget it. That's the truth. So the sister is becoming an enabler. There's no man, let me leave marriage. There's no child that comes home drunk. And the mother knows that being, let me put it in a practical way, it happens abroad. In Nigeria, not really, but let me just use it like randomly like that. There are some children, they go to drink, they go to club, they get home, and they are not going to work, and their parents will help them to call, mom, please help me to call my workplace and say I'm sick. And the mother will pick the phone and call the office, his workplace, and said he's sick. You are enabling that madness, that character. It will come back to you. Same with some women. Same with some men. Your husband comes home drunk. You help him to clean everything and say, hey, well, buy me some food. Tell them in the office that I'm sick. And you too, you pick the phone and tell them you are sick. You are fueling their madness. You are fueling their addiction. What that man is also doing is, let somebody stand up in the family and say, no way, we are not agreeing. Don't come here. We are not talking to you. Maybe look at the prodigal son. Me, I love my job. Look at the prodigal son. His father did not go and look for him. He took all the money in the house, went to the prostitute, visit brothel, served them round, clubbing. When he started becoming broke, and he went to work at the pig farm, the father did not go and meet him. He didn't enable that rubbish. Maybe you can choose your choice. You can't choose the consequences of your choice. That's what we're talking about here. He has chosen to live that life of that reckless life. Then you can't choose what happens. You can't eat your cake and have it. And guess what happened? He started working at the pig farm, which is against the Commonwealth of Israel. They don't even eat pig, not to talk of working at the place where they rear pigs, pig farm. The father did not bother. He started eating. I'm sure, you know, when you have an addiction, you're addicted to something. As you are collecting money here, you are using it there. As he's he's working at the pig farm, the stipend they will give him, maybe 2,000 naira or 3,000 naira per whatever. He goes and uses it to club again and look for prostitutes again. The father did not bother. When he started eating the food of the pigs, now what happened was, as he started eating the food of the pigs, he now told himself, until an addict comes to himself to change, until the pain level of an addict rises, they don't change. What that uncle was, that brother, sister's husband was trying to do is for her pain level to rise and not pay. Nobody will take this rubbish from you. Excuse me. Nobody will accept that. We don't want. That was what the man is trying to do. But those sentimental people, enabler, hey, she's my sister, she's my blood sister, my foot. You can't come and be doing nonsense and you think anybody will accept it. No, me, I won't accept it. Or everybody around me, they know. Because I don't accept nonsense from myself. I'm accountable. Oto girl, enough. Let me go to my father. And when I go home, even if he doesn't want me in the house, I can be a house boy. I don't mind. and that was when he found mercy. So sometimes when people keep enabling somebody that is not living right, you keep massaging their madness, they get worse. So I want to say to that woman of the house, if you have a female child, the girl is not a good example for your children. If your husband is taking his stand on, I don't want your sister here, don't talk to her, let her know that we don't want this attitude, I think that man should be appreciated. Because you don't even know. You know, there are so many things that happen because of the work I do. I see a lot of things, and people don't even know. Do you know that? I don't want to insinuate anything, but she might not even know. Maybe the sister is actually making passes at the husband, and the husband is trying to avoid that kind of contact, and you are saying, my sister. Because people don't open up to you, you don't know what is going on. You don't know. And we have to think before we conclude on anything. Hey, 081-822-1983. We have just a few minutes to go. Let's just take home. We have 4 minutes to go. Okay. Let me use this opportunity to tell everyone that Dynamic Parenting webinar we are resuming on the 25th of March 2023 is a webinar. The number to ask about please, that is not the number. If you ask me, if you call me on that number, it's not my number, it's the number for Dynamic Parenting webinar. Please, 090-2010-1080. That is the number for Dynamic Parenting webinar. That's the number to text to WhatsApp. We're going to have a good time. In parenting is hard work. I've seen a lot, I've heard a lot. Some of you don't know your children, some of you don't understand them, some of you don't know what speaks love to them, you don't know when to beat and when not to beat, you don't know how to handle a strong-willed child, a child that you will say, don't go there, and the child will go there and look at you and say, do what you want to do, and the child is just 5. What do you want to do? You need to know, or else you will break that child and turn him to become a cultist or an armed robber if you are not careful. So Dynamic Parenting webinar, we're resuming on the 25th of March 2023. It's going to be powerful. 7 to 8 p.m. West African time is going to be powerful. We're starting at 7. Well, we are doing 8 major courses, so maybe it's 4 hours. I can't remember now. But when you get into to ask about the program, you will know how many hours. 090 is the number. 2010 1080. 090 2010 1080. That is for Dynamic Parenting webinar. My name is Olufunke Adetuberu. This is straight talk with Olufunke on Blast FM 98.3. If you want to ask me a question, you want to do therapy, you need a word of advice, probably that will lead you to therapy and counseling, the number to text, to WhatsApp, to voice note is, please don't call that number. I don't pick calls on that number. Please. If I'm picking everybody's calls, I won't be relevant anymore. That's the truth. The number is 080-232-42389. 080-232-42389. That is the number to text, to voice note, to WhatsApp if you want to do premarital counseling, you want to do therapy, or whatever it is that is bothering you, and you just need a word of advice. And please, some of you will do voice note for 1 hour. That is not fair. Please pack everything together and respect my time. I appreciate you for listening to me. Once again, my name is Olufunke Adetuberu. I love you guys. Thank you so much for listening. I'll see you next week. Thank you. God bless you. Bye.